In this video, we want to see how we can combine different tools to come up with websites with interactive 3D objects, something like this, really quickly. So first we wanted to generate the model with AI without, doing the actual model creation. We don't want to use tools like 3D Max to do that, but rather we want to use an online tool to create a 3D model really fast, really quick with just one click. And then we want to use Spline tool to, have this interactive view for the 3D model. And finally, we want to use that Spline view mode inside Webflow to have an actual interactive website with 3D models. That was pretty much what I'm going to do in this video. So let's start. So as the very first step, we want to actually generate some 3D models to put it on the website. There are a lot of different ways actually to create 3D models, but here in this video we actually want to use AI to generate some 3D models with one click without doing the actual designing the 3D model. So one of those AI tools that we can use for generating this kind of 3D models is, well, Masterpiece X. So it's really easy. Just click on this login or sign up, doesn't matter. And you can go ahead with your Google account. So the first time you actually sign up to this website, you get around 250 credits for it, but I used around 50 points because I generated some models with it. One of those models is something like this. It's a phone, a smartphone, and I asked it to, to generate a smartphone in blue and red. Came up with something like it. It's not great that much, but it's good enough for, generating some models right away with some description. It's really amazing. We can use Midjourney to, generate some images, but here with this tool, we actually can generate 3D models, which is amazing. So let's try something new for our website. The very first thing you need to choose is you want to have object, animal, or human. So let's go with object. And how many models do you want? So I think one will be good enough, or maybe we can put it in two. Let's go with the one. As you can see that every try actually costs around 50 credits. So you have in general 250 scores, and you need to be careful about that. So next step, describe the object you want to have. So we have all kinds of things. I want to actually come up with the shoe, a shoe that is like a car, something like that. Um, let's see if it can do it or not. So shoe with a design of a car. So I put it in more creative, or maybe let's just balance. It's better. Next step, and here it needs more information about that. So maybe hyper realistic. What else do we have here? Highly detailed. Reflections is good, I think. So let's go with these options. Also, it has some advanced options. What does your object not look like? So we just want to pass this one and generate the 3D models as simple as we did. So there is nothing else you need to do to generate the 3D model, and it's really easy to work with this tool. You need to wait around maybe 5 minutes to 8 minutes for the model to be ready. So meanwhile, I think we can talk a little bit about the spline tool. So now we are at Spline website, and also it's free to use. There are some advanced options that you need to pay some money for it, but the basic functionality is free. So you can either log in or sign up for that. It doesn't matter. You can go with your Google account. So a spline tool is basically a tool for having some interactive 3D models that can be embedded, on the websites. And this is really cool that you can have a website with, some interactive 3D objects. And there are a lot of amazing existing models in this website that you can already use it. For instance, let's check this laptop here, MacBook Pro actually. And you can actually design all the 3D models you want with the spline itself. But the whole purpose of this video was to, create some 3D models with one click using an AI. There are times that we don't have that much time to work on the model and we don't care about the, quality of the model. We just want to come up with a decent model that we can use in our website. So we can skip, and if you click on the play button, you can see that you can play with the object and you can see it from different angles. And the important part is that basically you can use the iframe it gives you. For instance, the copy, you can copy embed or copy the link, and then you can use it on all kinds of websites and projects, which is really amazing. Let's take a look at the model it created for us. It's not exactly what I expected to see. It's not even close to shoe. Um, so maybe I can just, get rid of the car part and just go with the shoe part. So let's try one more time. I want to go with objects, and or maybe it's better to go with one of these existing suggestions. Let's go with bottle of wine. Next step, and here hyper realistic, and also maybe 4K, and it's good to go. I think the problem with this tool is that you're not able to combine different objects together. It's trained to generate some, normal objects. So you can't combine different objects to create a new type. Um, it's not like Midjourney that you can come up with really creative images, but rather it's only for generating some existing models that we see every day around us. So now our model is ready. Let's take a look at that. So it's a really simple bottle of wine. It's not perfect, but it's not bad that much. But I think I want to go ahead with some of the existing models that the community created. And if you take a look at these models, you see that they're all really good. If we take a look at this spaceman, it's amazing. And or if you take a look at this, well, headset, it's cool. It's quite cool. And I'm not quite sure what was the description, what was the comment for this. And I think to be able to create some good stuff, you need to learn how to interact with this tool. You need to learn how to write good prompts for this tool. So let me go ahead with this model here. So to use it in Spline, you need to download the 3D model, and let me open that. So this is this is the file we need. This is the 3D model. Now inside the spline, what we need to do, just create a new project. Here, new file. You see, Spline has already all sorts of models and tools to create the models you want, and you can create really awesome models. But for the sake of this video, we just wanted to try other tools and combine it with Spline and eventually put it in our website. So here, I think we can import the model using this button and 3D model. And I just need to import the 3D model generated with Masterpiece X. So if I run this, you can see that the headset is exactly like what we had it in Masterpiece. Now let's get rid of this rectangle here. It looks better now. We can zoom in. It's cool. And now what we want to do, we just want to export it and click on the viewer option here. Wait for the link to be ready. Copy this link. And now it's time to go to Webflow and use the spline model there. So here we are in Webflow website, and actually in the free version you can have at most 2 projects at the same time with Webflow, which is enough for testing and working with different tools. So you can either log in or sign up with your Google account. So here in the dashboard, click on New Site. And you can create your theme from scratch, or you can actually use the existing themes. And some of them are free and some of them are with a price tag that you need to pay some money for that. So let's take a look at the free templates here, view all. And I want to choose a cool. Okay, I think I want to go ahead with this one. So here, let's view it in the browser. Okay, it looks nice. I think I want to replace this basically image with the 3D option we have, or maybe one of these images, but let's see. Preview in the designer. Okay, it says that changes will not be saved, but that's fine for us. We just want to try it, see. Also, I think you can click on use for free here and create your websites with this theme. So here, click on the image slider here and go to add elements. Look for the spline widget. So this is a spline scene. Put it on your desired position. And now here we need to paste the URL we copied. Let's copy the URL again and put it here. So one thing you need to pay attention is that Spline is behind everything, so we need to move it to be on top of all the elements. So come to this section, Navigator, and select Spline Scene and move it to the top of the hero slider image. Okay, it's here, as you can see. But so now let's get rid of we don't want to use these tabs anymore, so let's close them. It's a bit heavy for the browser to handle all of those So what we need to do now is adding some paddings, I believe, or even margin a little bit to align the element. So now let's see the result. You can see that really easily we have the 3D model on the website, but the problem is with the slider, so we can get rid of the slider completely. Go to the navigator. So what I'm gonna do is want to get rid of all the slides, and I want to keep only one slide here. And I want to put the spline on top of the slider image, get rid of the slider, remove arrow nav, remove arrow nav here. So let's see the output. So this is what we have. Now let's work with the 3D model a little bit here. So go to the interactions section. Basically, we want when we move the mouse without clicking, the object turns around. So just by moving the mouse, it happens. So here in the interaction sections, element trigger, we can use mouse move over element, play mouse animation, and add a new animation here. We can use spline here for the actions. And we can change so if we click on the first frame, here we set the initial angle for Y direction. Here I put 0. And for the final frame, I'll change it to, and let's select the whole object here. Audio headset, I select. Also for the first frame, I set audio headset. And you see that we have something like this. And let's shift it a little bit to the bottom of the screen. Maybe minus 10 would be good. Minus 15. Yeah, that's good enough. And also here, minus 15. Let's take a look at the output. So this is the output we have. It looks good enough, I think. And this was just a basic thing. I wanted to show you how you can combine different things. But to actually do it perfectly, you need to know a lot about Webflow, a lot about the Spline, and this kind of tools. But I hope you enjoy the whole process so that it gives you some idea how you can combine different tools together to come up with new ideas. There is a lot of room to improve here. I hope you enjoy this. See you. Bye.